But a lot of people, are scrutinizing Dave East for what he says. I'm gonna play the audio of Dave East if we want to have a good discussion about this one. Here's Dave East talking about Lil Nas X.
This fucking Old Town Road shit is fucking whack. I don't know what the fuck is going on with hip hop, with rap, but I ain't no hater, man. That shit is whack with a cape on it. It's super whack. All these fucking police out here.
So that's Dave East, giving his opinion on Old Town Road. I get it, saying you're not a hater and whatnot, and coming out and saying what he said. But saying, man, before I go and talk about this, first of all, what do you think about Dave East, talking about Lil Nas's song, Old Town Road?
Well, doesn't sound like Dave East is a country fan. It's a country song, so I understand why he would hate it. I wouldn't put it in the genre of hip hop, and I don't think Lil Nas X, as much as the limited amount of knowledge I have on him, because I don't have much shit other than this song that just came out and is doing damage and numbers on a billboard. Mm-hmm. I don't think he ever meant for it to be a hip hop song. Now, obviously, he had that bass dumping like we had earlier. He was in his bag. Jones, it make you jump a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't help it. And the fucking hook is catchy, no matter what. Like, it's a little bit of a jingle, no matter if you like country music or not. You get that song around you a couple motherfucking times, you will be reciting it. So he did his job in making people recite his music. Mm-hmm. So the numbers that he's doing, I ain't mad at him. I ain't hating on him. I think that he never meant for it to be a hip hop song as much as the country music association or whatever they are, the people over there, the higher ups that are over there, don't want anything to do with that song and country, which is fucked up, because now you see a bunch of other country singers throwing their support to it. Right. It's changing the game right now. So I'm not mad at the evolution that we're seeing in music by that. It's catchy. You can understand what the fuck he's saying.
I gotta ask you this though, not to cut you off. No, Dave East kind of is, and he's saying, like, he also said, like, what's going on with hip hop. So it's almost like, not this night of the South, but when we heard a different form of hip hop or the mumble rap, pretty much, we're like, man, this is bad for the game. I think Dave East is taking that approach, like, yo, I don't know why, this song is successful. I'm not hating on it, but it shouldn't be. People shouldn't be making this form of hip hop and trying to pass it off as hip hop. I think that's where he's coming from.
It's not my favorite song. I'm not sitting here saying it's my favorite hip hop song. Right. It's a country song. I don't put it in the hip hop genre. I'm going to show respect to that little brother. And
that shit knocking though.
It's knocking though.
You like it?
I don't hate it.
That's a good answer. You like that shit?
I don't hate that shit. That shit got a knocking, man.
Yeah.
The bass is knocking, and you hit. I mean, once you get over the country, you know what I mean, rocking chair shit. Once that shit knocks and dumps, you start really feeling the vibe of it. But it all fits. It works, man.
Do you think it messes up, like, when hip hop's supposed to be the essence of it? From artists like Dave East, he cut from the cloth of the Styles P and the Wu-Tang, the way he delivers. Do you think he's legitimized for coming out and saying this? I think he's well within his right. What do you feel about that?
I feel like he's well within his right because he's a man. He can say what he wants, but I don't agree with him because I feel like if he feels like this dude is the worst thing for hip hop when he's not trying to be hip hop, he was trying to change the game in another genre, and they're trying to kick him out of that. That should be the support, but
right.
Not complaining about these other bum ass motherfuckers we hear on the radio or bum ass motherfuckers running around with all these chains on, singing nonsense. If you ain't mad at them.
Is Dave East hating, SamAnt? You think he's hating a little bit?
Nah, I think he's just putting a song in a genre that it doesn't belong in. We need to put it in this proper genre. And if he put it in country and said, no, I don't fuck with country, then you would understand. Now, if it's doing damage on the hip hop charts, then we need to have a deeper discussion. And why is it in hip hop? Because it ain't hip hop. Right. That's not a hip hop song to me. I don't consider that rap. I don't consider that hip hop. I don't consider either of the two. That's a country song to me.
But it could kind of, the bass and everything. I don't know what goes into making a song something. Is it the wordplay? Is it the way, because the beat is hip hop.
The beat knocking. The beat is him. And if he's in that culture, that's him. But if he's out here riding on my tractor, he's singing country shit.
Yeah.
He ain't out here talking, he ain't singing rap lyrics or anything. And I don't even want to generalize what rap lyrics are or that's a country song.
Right.
So even though it's different, I think that we need to really look at it as it's not ruining hip hop. It's changing the game and what country music is. And let's start looking at this brother as, oh shit, let's get behind him and go, yo, he's changing the game. So now we got country music too. Now we got other people to kind of get inspired and slide in that lane and do that too.
That's dope.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy. So we got rock and roll, we got fucking pop, we got hip hop. We're great at everything. Let that dude be great in that lane. And that's all I'm trying to get to. That's why I keep saying that's country music. I don't want to say it's ruining hip hop because it's not hip hop.
Man, I'm sure, obviously, all genres of music, we had the origination, with our people, but it's just like, I don't have a problem with it, man. I do understand why Dave E said it, but like you said, it's in the country category. It's catchy. It's number one. I didn't even know who the dude was, to be honest. I keep saying, every time I look on hip hop, the sites, I'm looking at Lil Nas X is moving further and further up the charts, but it never struck me to listen to the song until we were going to do the story on it today. And when I heard it, I was like, I started dancing like, oh shit,
instantly.
I'm just gonna keep it buck
instantly.
Yeah,
and it broke God's plan, Drake's God's plan. Smack, come on, man.
Man, yeah.
Who the fuck is he? He wasn't supposed to do this with this song, and he did it in a country genre. This black dude swagged out with a song that's knocking in the country category, man.
And we love you, Dave East. I mean,
I got
we was rocking out
East
with you. We seen an interview on Hot 97 when you was giving love to Nipsey. We feel you on, but it's just different with this, man.
Yeah, no, I don't even disagree with him. I think he just needs to put it in his proper form. Let's get behind him and put the respect that he deserves on there and put him in his right genre. Ain't nobody fucking with you in hip hop. You rap.
Right.
That's what you do. And you got the right amount of respect. Get on them other whack ass motherfuckers out here doing the
facts.
Disservice to hip hop and let that dude, stay in his lane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God and SamAnt. Man, we going in, today on this Thursday. We want to encourage everybody to go into the description box and make sure you go follow us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. We have all our pages up, the Uncensored Truth podcast. Just type that in, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and you can definitely, find us and follow us there if you're looking for us on social media. I'm gonna jump, since we're talking some hip hop, jump into this Cassidy Goods battles that's due to come up April the 27th. Shout out to Smack URL who's putting on the event, man. That brother came up, from the bottom, with that, and is huge right now. So shout out to him right now. But SamAnt, what do you think about this battle coming up, man? We were talking about this briefly. We were talking about the Freeway and the Cassidy, but we kind of, skated into that a little bit, and it got a lot of, reaction, out there in the world. So what are your thoughts on this upcoming battle, April the 27th in Atlanta?
Well, I'm very excited about it. And it's crazy because we were talking, like you said, in the context of remembering that classic battle between Freeway and Cassidy, two Philly rappers, The Rock versus Rough Riders. We just remembered that. And then kind of spilling into that, we were talking about Cass and him having this battle. Mm-hmm. And then lo and behold, Cassidy himself drops it on his Instagram, and everyone kind of gravitates toward that conversation, that 2-minute conversation, as opposed to the 8-minute conversation we had on that. But man, I'm very excited about it. Now, we weren't equipped and ready to really have a proper conversation as far as battle rapping, so we sounded like we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Very excited, and we really are looking forward to things like this. And we were asking ourselves, because we do have to keep it 100. We aren't as well equipped on it as we should be, as much as we like it, but we're very busy. Mm-hmm. And it's not in our face the way it needs to be. So one thing that I will say and give credit to, because there's a lot of criticism going on with this battle, and we got to apologize to our brother Goods because we didn't know who he was, because let's keep it real. A lot of these brothers, especially new ones, aren't properly promoted.
I've seen him. I didn't know who he was.
Exactly.
But yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. So if this was promoted, this is a fight. When I think of battle rap and I think of a boxing event, I think of a MMA event, in regards of it's so hyped up and you get so much energy, it's so much ego and bravado in it, you can't help but to gravitate to it and enjoy it as just a man who enjoys competition, a woman who enjoys competition, whatever.